Dun 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 dun. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Day for What? For what? For the further adventures of Indiana Jones issues 1 and 2 with me, Puppeting. Oh, and above is Indy.
Hello, kid.
Yeah, Puppeting is short round.
Uh-huh. Over there, do you see him? He is seen. He is Breen. Eric Breen.
Yep. I'm
You know,
And
I think that guy might belong in a museum.
And lastly, not leastly, it's Miranya.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah. Puppety,
Yes.
could I borrow one of Pixel's fingers for a second?
No.
Don't have to be on camera, just Indiana. I'm sure you can visualize it.
You can feel it. It's already over there.
Oh dear.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and pull up this book. Let's
Please
sit
do.
back in our local theater.
Watch the show.
That's right.
Yes, this is for Austin P., who is a big fan of this. So I said, why not?
Yeah, no, that's a good reason. Oh, I need to show the book though, don't I?
Yes.
The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones.
Let me know if I need to make the screen bigger. Is that good?
That's good.
That's good.
All right.
That should be good. Ooh.
Starring Moon Knight's brother.
Oh yeah. Brother from another mother.
Terry Austin, 1982.
Oh wow, Terry Austin.
Yes.
I always swore it was John Byrne. But Terry Austin.
Well, John Byrne does the story on the first one, I believe. Well, no. Anyway, don't just don't move, Miss Greebly, and you won't get hurt. Maybe.
Good heavens, Indiana. Or is that Miranya?
No, that actually was Melissa, but
So that's
Oh, thank good heavens.
that's
Marcus.
Hey, who's the script and layout by?
Mr. Narrator.
Well, that would be John Byrne.
Hey, who did the finished art?
That would be Terry Austin.
Hey, who did the letter
Joe Rosen. And
Who's the colorist?
that would be Bob Sharon.
Who's the editor?
Louise Jones.
And who's the editor chiefly?
That would be Jim Shooter.
Get down. He's got a gun.
No, it's just me. Snap.
oof.
You can consider that your extra credit assignment completed.
Does that mean
Of course. Your A is now an A+.
Indiana, why?
I needed the practice.
But you could have injured her with that thing. They'd have thrown you in jail for life.
Without risk, there isn't much point to it all. Or much fun either.
Indiana, if you weren't the most popular archaeology teacher on the faculty, if you didn't bring in thousands of dollars in grants every year,
You'd fire me. Dr. Marcus, unless you have something new to say, you'll have to excuse me. I have an appointment.
faculty meeting,
No, pistol practice.
you made me so flustered I forgot. Someone's waiting to see you. A former student of Charlie Dunne.
Dune? Done? You have said it both ways.
The Sands of Heracus. Wait a minute, no.
He was he was headstrong, irresponsible, undisciplined. The best student I ever had.
Hi, Professor Jones. Good to see you again, sir.
Forget the sir, and while you're at it, forget the professor. The name is Indy. What brings you to the old alma mater?
Well, Discovery Pro, Indy. My sister Edith and I have learned the location of the Ikons of Ikammanen.
As the saying goes, don't kid a kidder. But icons are a nice legend, but nobody really believes they exist. Including me. Statues capable of becoming living Avengers? Next you're going to see that Captain America's alive.
Uh-huh.
Not a bad yarn to wake up snoozing a freshman or two, but...
I don't know about becoming Avengers, but I can prove the icons exist. My sister and I...
Dune!
I knew this when you came in.
He's dead.
And whoever threw that knife must have ducked around that building. Not a chance in the world catching him. Let's look at what he wanted to show us. Maps of coastal Africa with areas circled in red. Okay. Is that a Burger King? Oh, it's a photo of a temple, of a shrine, and an address. Miss Edith Dunne. Eltel Thod. Cabio? Libria. Or Liberia. You've heard it both ways.
Oh, what should we do?
You're going to call the police and play their games. And then I'm going to send a wire to Edith Dunne. And then I'm going to pack. And then I'm going to... Well, I'm just going to go. As of 2 months ago, I'm on the leave of absence.
You're leaving? Just like that? It's...
Risky. Risky is the word, Marcus.
Oh, thank you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, I didn't think I had any more narration.
Well, you got plenty of it.
I see that now. 28 hours later, a spanking new
DC3.
Oh, DC3.
Yeah.
EC3.
Yeah, I know, right?
Drones high over the North Atlantic, bound east on the first leg of that long flight, a day-long flight to Africa. For Indiana Jones, the trip will not end when the plane reaches its final destination. Another 30 hours by steamer will be required to bring him to Cricambo, nestled against the northwest edge of the great African continent, a seafront town older than the presence of white men in these climes. I'm having real trouble seeing this, guys.
You want me to make it bigger? Is that helpful?
I don't. Well, I mean that would help, but I mean my contacts are kind of wonky tonight. Indiana Jones has been here only once before.
Is that better?
A little bit.
Okay. Looks like the town where I was with Marion before we went looking for the Ark.
You, Dr. Jones. It's me, Edith Dunne. Do you remember?
How could I forget? You got my cablegram? Sorry about your brother. The main reason I'm here is to find out why he was killed and who did it. Then do something about it. Our starting place is the Icons, near IKEA.
Yes. I've reserved you a room at my hotel, and I can show you the rest of the information we've gathered on the icons.
Edith, I don't think you should talk about that so openly. Do you?
But why not, Dr. Jones? The icons are of enormous archaeological importance, but of no practical value, surely.
I think you're forgetting something, Edith. If the icons do exist, they're made of solid gold.
Cool blimey. Less than 10. Oh, I was just getting into the spirit.
There you go,
Less
look.
than 10 minutes later.
I think I'll have to revise my opinions about Edith. If she's stayed alive in this dive until now, she's got more spunk or luck than I could ever give her credit for.
What in here, Doctor? Oh, my.
Uh-oh. Look out, Edith. We've got visitors.
The robed figures are a blur of swirling death. But Indiana Jones is a survivor. He must be on the original Bloodlines team.
No, Majesty Child. I'm gonna make it.
And though sometimes that survival may not be easily won,
Wolf.
in the end, he will always prevail.
Oh, Dr. Jones?
What? Edith.
Oh, I eat it. Almost always.
I'm not going to stifle.
Oh no. Edith.
Dr. Jones!
Ah!
Crack. I almost want you to read it as like Dr. Jones. Like let's show round.
No.
I know. That's just fine. She survived in the hole all by herself for weeks. I'm the only here for an hour and she's dead. Maybe not. But she'll be long out of sight by the time I get down there. Always assuming I take the stairs.
The tools of an archaeologist's trade are many, though a bullwhip has never been traditional. But then, Indiana Jones is hardly a traditional archaeologist. He probably gets coffee.
Good thing these vegetables broke my fall.
Yep.
They said eating your vegetables is what saved your life, not falling on them. Hey, you! Somebody stop that guy.
His call goes unheeded. In this town, in this quarter, men have learned to keep to their own business.
This tri-state area?
The entire tri-state area?
Yep.
So it is that no one comes to Edith's aid, like a New York City subway car after the verdict.
New York subway car after the verdict.
I heard he's innocent now. He got
Nah, they just dismissed the more serious charge. They want to get him on the other one, though.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's a juror that's wearing a mask, so in case you're wondering which one probably is obstructing.
Mhm.
As Indiana races through an impossible maze of back streets.
And boys.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
All right.
No, that's NSYNC.
Whatever.
He's not much of a kidnapper. Even in this mess, I haven't lost track of him. Oh, we forgot that. That was the bottom. Oh, well.
Dr. Jones, help!
Is there any lines for keeping his wrought quarry always just in sight?
That was the one above there, back in the street. So we forgot to scroll down.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, there we go. We're good.
Either he's very clumsy or I'm very lucky.
Or perhaps he did not wish you to lose him, Dr. Jones.
Gone.
Mm.
Like Oscar the Grouch.
A form of man. Oh.
Show me this garbage can.
No. This is bad.
Indiana has only a moment to realize the enclosure is a dead end before an iron door transforms it into a box.
Kung.
A box with a madman.
Hey! Creak. 3Ks.
Zach?
The K count is one short. The
Yes.
drop is only a dozen feet, cushioned by an ancient and decaying mattress, which quickly turns into a most unconventional mode of transportation.
Oh boy.
And at journey's end,
It's as black as tar down here. Even the light of a match just gets swallowed.
Dun-dun-dun.
But it's enough to show me I'm not alone.
Oh, ooh.
Don't think I can climb back up the ramp. And the only other way out is here. Is
Du-du-du-du.
locked natch. Luckily, I always carry my own key.
Gunfire echoes deafeningly in the small stone room, overwhelming the sound of splintering oak. And a moment later, a foot now achieves what a hand could not.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jones. May I offer you and not the narrator a cup of coffee?
Why, you?
He's a villain.
That's even cruel for a villain. Chapter 3. Monogram gets no coffee.
Yep.
Also known as Dealing in the Dark. Or Dahlia in the Dark. Cheap plug for Joe Corallo.
There you go.
Appearing at the Columbus Comic Convention. The voice is now an almost without accent. But the sense of power, the implied menace. Masked menace?
Spider-Man! Wait a minute.
Yes! Are unmistakable.
Please put away that ridiculous weapon, Dr. Jones. You will not need it here.
I think I'll just hang on to it for a while, if that's all the same to you. I found it helps me sometimes to get answers. And I think you owe me a few. No? For instance, who are you? Why is a Hulk? And why are you threatening Miss Dune and me?
Have you been threatened, Dr. Jones? The louts I sent to escort you here exceeded my orders if they harmed you. But you are right. Introductions are in order. My name is Solomon Black.
That's on the nose.
I am a businessman. I think you will find our interests are complementary. It is for that reason I have had my agents monitoring Miss Dunne. I've heard it both ways.
For when he was a boy.
Yes.
When I was a boy.
You owe me 35 cents for gimmick infringement.
Monitoring? I know this is the 80s, but you shouldn't have monitors. Well, that explains how she was able to survive in this town for more than a day. Dames are trouble, Solomon.
Of course. The Ikons of Ikammanen?
Ikammanen.
Thank you. Are of incredible value. And when I learned his child's brother had stumbled onto an apparent access to them, it became convenient to keep her safe until he arrived. Instead, you come in his place.
Oh, you talk as though Charlie found the icons alone. The discovery was at least half mine, but you won't believe that. Nobody ever thinks I can do anything. Anyway, none of this matters. The important thing is the historical significance of the icons. Professor Jones, all Black's interested in is the gold.
Black and yellow?
Yeah.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
I'd already guessed that much. Sorry, Blackie, but this is strictly a non-profit operation. So you tell Moon Knight and Khonshu to go F off.
You mean it was Dr. Jones. But now I have involved myself, and Solomon Black wastes neither time nor effort on something that will not show suitable profit. But to underscore my sincerity, vote!
I haven't underscored anything. I'm not a composer.
A sudden fluid motion.
Dr. Jones?
You see, Doctor, One word from me and Vought will slit Miss Dune's pretty throat. Not a pleasant way to end her young life. I think you'll agree.
Can he do it before I plug you, Black?
Inconsequential detail. Miss Dune will be most painfully dead.
Sounds like a personal problem for her. What's next?
Hey,
Your line?
All right. Point taken. Tell me exactly, what do you want out of this arrangement?
Dawn.
isn't this a such a rocky ship, Dr. Jones?
Yeah, it is, Edith. With a hold full of explosives, bound for the African mines. You want to be the captain, Breen?
You can take the cat here.
Begorra!
There we go.
That's just why we maintain radio silence. These waters are patrolled by German submarines, and I understand that one of them has a guy in a green pair of trunks. One of their torpedoes and boom. You know, it's all about the boom.
I had no idea that Adam Cole was on that ship.
I had no idea I turned Australian. Begorra! Now to the map. It's not very precise, Miss Dunne.
I did the best I could.
I'm sure you did, my dear. And I already apologize to the men for letting you steer the ship right into the side of the barge next to it.
Funny, I didn't know there was curbs in the ocean.
But, well, she found one.
Oh, you're looking lovely today, Marania's Cleaver.
But I know these waters very well. If your maps are to be believed, the island we seek is right about here in the middle of empty ocean.
Then we should be saved. No one will be hit.
But 2 days later.
Oh, there it is. Charlie couldn't have found it any better.
Not much to look at, is it? That's small and shrouded in frog.
In frog?
Yeah, in frog. It's shrouded in frog.
Oh dear.
You never find it unless you are looking for it.
However, it appears that Edith has been steering the ship again.
Okay, it's Mr. Black first.
Oh, Mr. Black.
Yeah, and then it's the captain, and then
Those ships must have run aground in the fog.
No, it's just let Edith steer it again. I was afraid of this, Mr. Black.
it's Mr. Black.
Again? Or
Yes.
even been lured in somehow?
Worst villain ever. Doesn't know his own lines.
Whatever the case, I'll not be risking my ship by letting Edith drive it again. I'm taking her any closer to shore.
I quite agree, Capitan. I do not wish to end my days as shark food. Dr. Jones can go ashore in a dinghy with 2 of my men. Miss Dune will, of course, stay here.
Think that through one again, Black. I'm not leaving Edith with you, and I'm not touching your dinghy.
I will not debate. If it is so important that
Okay, Kamala.
if it is so important that she go with you, she can. After all, Doctor, where is there to run?
Or to hide.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
One ringy dingy.
Ring!
Ringy dingy. Minutes later, the creak of chain and timbers accompanies the lowering of a small boat. The compact motor brings them quickly to shore.
Oh, Dr. Jones, what's wrong with the jungle? The plants are all black.
Gee, Zach,
Wow. Oh.
No time to worry about that. Now, Edith, we've got to get this boat ashore and hit it. Who knows what the natives might think of the strangers?
Oh no.
But as the first man reaches the beach,
Down!
That's me.
2 for 2. No further fire. I don't believe a whole swarm of natives just happened to be on the same stretch of the beach we picked for a landing. Give me that knapsack. I'll have a sandwich. And I think I'll test an Austin theory.
who?
Exactly. Austin. Shh. I was right.
Oh, the beach is booby trapped. Then you had better be very careful going ashore, Dr. Jones, if you do not wish to end up like my comrade.
Oh, fine.
Dr. Jones, how can we cross without getting killed?
Leave that to me, sweetheart. A big part of archaeology is just staying alive. Stay alive.
Stay alive.
I apologize to anybody watching this.
Well, you can tell by the way he uses his walk.
He's a ladies' man, no time to talk.
The crossing is slow and arduous, and something less than dignified.
Yep.
That's the first time I've ever heard that word, arduous.
Arduous?
May I get a meeting?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. Basically, it's a fancy way to say difficult.
Steady. No trip ropes through here.
Finally!
I was beginning to think we'd never get off that beach, but where are the natives?
This is probably an era they don't come through much. That's why they booby-trap the beach.
Oh, the jungle is so silent. Lonely jungle lion sleeps tonight and dead.
Like your love life.
Speak for yourself, laddie.
25 minutes of hard going later.
Are you happy now, Edith?
Yeah.
Now watch your step. I think this rock is lava. And that chair, we have to get on that chair because the floor is lava.
Oh no.
It's too smooth to be ordinary stone.
And as the summit is mounted,
Well. Looks like you get your name in the journals after all, Edith. I'm not going to make a joke. It's too much phrasing.
Chapter 4, The Icons of
Ikammanen.
I was going to say Ikammanen.
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 Mama.
Ika.
Your mama.
Ikawaka.
Waka waka.
I heard
The
it all
icons
way.
of Ikawaka.
Waka waka.
There is no sound that came close to correct pronunciation.
Pretty much.
I was more about the labored breathing. I guess she's joining the Mile High Club.
But their own labored breathing
Exactly.
after 25 more hard. A weight of time beyond measure presses upon the place.
Impressive. That tower must be 15 stories high. I want to jump off of it.
Oh, but I don't recognize the style. It's no African culture I know of.
It looks real old. And then there's the structure. No. I would expect the place, to place it immediately.
Oh, the village isn't characteristic either. It's seen no sign of natives.
They may all be fishing or something. Isn't that what natives do? They fish?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I remember they had the newest Xbox game,
Maybe.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, on sale.
Yep, there you go.
Although I'd expect to see women and kids at least, or maybe little puppet teens. Now be careful.
I'm puppeting.
There's one right there.
We know.
No.
Now be careful. We don't know what's in there.
Yeah, we
Unless
do.
it's the
Puppetine.
Puppetine. Unless it's...
Oh, good. It's not Froggy.
Nope.
The icons. Well, I'll be darned. And a monkey's uncle.
Mm-hmm.
They are real.
The inscriptions on the base supposedly tell her to bring them to life.
It would be interesting to translate them and give it a try. But we have other things to worry about just now. This place makes no sense. The natives must have swiped this chain and pulley system from one of the grounded ships. But this tower is a couple of 1,000 years old, at least. It's got poo on it. Or something.
Yeah.
And there are splotches of gold everywhere. As if it were dripped from something.
Oh, Dr. Jones, this altar, stone, it's hot. There must be a fire beneath.
And
look at the icons themselves. I've never seen such absolute realism and primitive tribal art. Oh, Dr. Jones, I don't like this place. I'm frightened.
Those are some pixel fingers there.
Yeah.
nothing to be scared of, kid. They're just statues. They're fastened in place with blobs of melted gold. If I can pull one free, we can take it back to Black Ship.
Ooh.
And worry about the others later.
He tugs fruitlessly for several moments, then,
Fergusley?
and from within the sudden truncated figure,
Human bones!
Oof.
Oh my gosh, Edith! Oh my gosh! These aren't statues. They're... Damn puppeteer.
later, his hands and feet are bound. The softness of another body is felt behind him. Then a response from the past.
Don't look, Marion. Close your eyes. Don't.
There's nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not Marion and not then. He is here and we are here and they are here and we are all together.
Good at you.
Now, amidst the most uncomfortable reality, struggling has overcome the familiar nightmare.
Oh, Dr. Jones, are you all right?
I'm okay. Who's the Mark Hamill in the feathers?
Oh, no. I'm not sure. They broke me glasses when they jumped me, but I think they're all old men.
I knew it. It's the fossils. It must be Wednesday night.
Yes.
At least we stay awake.
That's right. Until 6 o'clock, and then it's time for bed.
That's why we didn't see when we were kids. They're all old.
Oh, this village has been here a long time, and these old fellas are the only ones left. But what are they doing now?
The blast of hot air, no doubt coming from Edith, is like a furnace swinging open. As a great stone inches back, a cleaver is produced.
Not yet.
Really, I would have thought that would have earned one, but I'll just have to try harder. Yellow light floods the chamber.
You earned it.
Yes, once they do their cobwebs.
Yeah.
And a switch is manipulated.
Not that I tend to switch.
Oh, no. Do.
I think that's
Link by link, the chain lowers as the terrible heat buffets the captives.
I think that's you, Indy.
No, that might be you because you're the one panicking.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to lower us into the gold. Dr. Jones, do something.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
His false bravado rings mockingly against the ancient stones. This must be from the 2024 tour.
Mhm.
As the dead, blind eyes of the icon stare on. To be continued.
On the issue 2.
On issue 2. Dun, 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 dun. There we go.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun,
Looks
dun.
like
Look,
they're
guys,
on the
Look
show
at the
before.
right. I'm just stirring the pot. Look, they show the cover twice.
Mm-hmm. So nice had to show it twice.
I wonder what Stanley presents.
Stan Lee presents
Trusty sidekick.
22 karat Doomenschmerz.
Ah.
If you need help, if you need help with that, let me know because it's a little faded.
Heat shimmers in the air, and the caustic odor of molten metal pervaded this African temple. And Edith Dunn's voice is a... I'll take over now, Hines. Okay. The voice of a hoarse, terrified whisper.
Dr. Jones, are they really going to put us in that boiling gold and make statues of us?
Yeah, unless we get what we needed. A miracle.
Uh-huh.
Where's Mike and Mechanics? Or the best idea I've ever had. The best I've ever had. New writer.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Why, that would be Missouri Denny O'Neill.
Yep.
Who is doing the layouts?
That'd be Chicago John Byrne.
Who is doing the inks?
Michigan Terry Austin.
Who is doing the colors?
Oh, it should have been Mike, so we could say Jersey Mike Sharon, but it's Bob.
Who's doing the letters?
Jersey forgot his first name, Chang.
Who's the
The
editor?
F. That would be Georgia Louise Jones.
And who is chiefly just the chief?
That would be Pennsylvania Jim Shooter.
Pennsylvania shooter. Wow, that's bad today.
Why, somebody get shot in Pennsylvania today?
I'm just saying. That's usually seen the headlines.
Creaking and scraping in the stillness.
Scrape.
The chain lowers its frightened burdens.
Yes. Take a load off, Sally.
Can you read the inscriptions on the icons? Maybe they'll help.
Not likely. It's some mumbo jumbo about raising the dead, wreaking vengeance on the wicked. We need something to keep us from getting dead in the first place. As I said, a miracle.
Suddenly, the temple trembles and a bone-numbing noise booms through it.
Adam Cole, baby.
Boom!
Or won't wait. It's the other guy. Here comes the boom. This
Yeah.
kid. Somebody's setting off high explosives or has really bad Taco Bell experience.
Mm-hmm.
Our playmates are going to check on it.
Is this the miracle?
Probably not.
Outside,
The dynamite routed the first herd of savages, but there are more in the temple. Surround them and shoot. To kill, naturally. Shoot to kill, shoot to kill. Well, my brother and I were taking your classes. You didn't tell us archaeology was like this.
I didn't want to spoil the surprise. The explosions must have loosened the foundations of the temple. Whole place is coming down around our ears. That gives us our chance.
It does?
Yeah, it's causing the chain to swing.
Swing like it do, like a pendulum?
We've got to help it. Pump, Edith. Use both hands,
Oh,
like
my
you did on the playground swings when you were a kid.
God. I wasn't allowed on the playground. Only my brother was.
Then pretend you're him. Just do it. We've got to hit the lever.
Well, that will release the chain and we'll fall into the gold. Stop it, you stupid man.
We've only got a few seconds left.
Doop, 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 doop.
Made it. Not a moment too soon.
We're alive.
As I figured, our momentum carried us beyond the gold pit. Of course, if I had misjudged by a couple of inches,
Uh-huh.
I would have
I
heard
don't
you complaining.
think about it. I'm just lucky it was your office me brother got himself knocked in. Have you noticed how quiet it's gotten?
Too quiet. Black and the crew from the ship probably caused the ruckus. The great ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting the natives, I guess. Somebody must have won. Maybe it was Zach. Let's go see. Who did it? Ah, crap. Black!
Ah, Dr. Jones and the charming Miss Doon. I wish to thank you for your services, for finding a path past the various traps to the temple, for leading me to the icons I so dearly covet. Unfortunately, I no longer require your assistance.
You'll never uncover the secrets of IKEA.
Shoot them.
With pleasure. Oh. That's why I took this guy again. Something hit his neck.
A poison dart.
Cat.
Present from the locals. They're back and they don't like us. Any of us. You won't be needing this. But I will. Black, we better postpone our disagreement for the time being.
Indeed we shall, at least until we have dealt with the hostility of the tribesmen.
Down.
Gonna beat him up like Kingpin.
They're pulling out. Something you've never done. All stops.
I have so many children.
We're surrounded. Head for the beach. Not that one.
Oh, wow. I'm scared. Oh, fine.
Uh-oh. Problems. They cut off the path of the water.
What can we do?
Make it up as we go along. These huts look pretty flimsy. Should come down without much effort. There. It wouldn't stop a rifle slug, but it'll do against spears. Just fine.
I should never let you talk me into this.
Lady, you asked me to find the IKEA. And then your brother murdered, remember? All for some meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
Now will you get down? If you're gonna get yourself killed, do it somewhere else.
Oh.
At Home Depot, maybe.
That's not her.
No, these are other people that left.
You want-
Henchman.
Henchman.
On the left.
Some of us can take it.
Breen.
They're dropping like flies.
Brock. Brock. There's all the 3Ks.
I already counted.
Yeah, Tim. They really don't have a chance against firearms. Too bad you have to admire their guts.
Oh, not me.
And that's that. Another triumph for DC culture's civilization. And automatic weapons.
Dr. Jones.
Where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? Ha ha ha, oh yes. You were about to be killed. Shall we resume? Can you suggest any reason we should not?
A couple. What is that? I'll probably be able to drop you before I die. But you know that I mentioned it last time we played this little scene.
Oh, God. What a line. I'm scared.
The risk is considerable, I will admit it. Still, risk is part of my business. Yeah, other reason?
Do you know why the other three aren't scared?
Why not?
Go stay behind him.
Because she's not driving.
Oh. Without me, you'd have to let her drive. Also, you won't get the rest of the goodies. The inscriptions on those IKEAs tell the location of the second cache of golden statues and the furniture set. There aren't a dozen men in the world able to translate the inscriptions. I'm one of them. PewDiePie is the other. It'll take time and certain reference materials, but I could do it. I could become the next YouTuber.
I should be happy to have you and Miss Dunne as my honored YouTubing guest, Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones and me.
And
You've got to hand it to him, Black. He's a fat pig. But he's an efficient pig. His tugs got these IKEAs created in less than an hour. Soon they'll have the whole entire furniture set up. The living room and the dining room. At this rate, we'll be underway by dawn. Then we might even be lucky enough to avoid the war in this part of the globe. The retail war.
2 hours later, in a room completely furnished by IKEA.
Pretty much. Oh, they locked us in.
It could be worse. We could have got stuff from Big Lots. At least we're in a cabin. I expect Black to toss us in the brig.
When will you begin work on the translation?
There's nothing to translate. I made that stuff up to keep us from getting shot. I was hoping to get into the radio room and signal for help, but with the door locked and Black's goon outside with a gun.
Perhaps I could do something.
Such as?
I could lure the guard with feminine wiles.
With all due respect, Edith, what feminine wiles?
Oh, I've learned a few things outside the classrooms. I have a gown in me luggage.
And
Close your eyes while I change.
Why not?
and
You can open your eyes now.
I have, and I'm glad. Edith, you amaze me.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, John Byrne.
then
Oh, mister, could you come here a minute? Dr. Jones is asleep and I'm lonely. Very, very lonely. Awfully lonely.
well, sure, Dolly. I guess there ain't no harm in keeping you company.
Nice going, Edith.
Cha-cha.
You stay here, lock the door, and put this bum's gun to his head. If he moves, pretend he's a curb. I'll try to send an SOS from the Radio Shack. But they might have all the parts.
Oh no, they're out of those parts.
They are.
If I'm not back in 30 minutes, you get the pizza for free, and you're on your own.
Presently.
Find patch of daisies, they says. Don't use the equipment, they say. Maintain radio silence, they say. The trouble with talking to yourself is somebody might answer.
My Morse code is a bit rusty, but it should serve. I only hope someone's near to pick it up.
Suddenly, last summer.
A shot.
Zeech?
And a minute later.
Thank you, John Byrne.
Look,
Okay,
Somebody taking a care.
we got your boyfriend, Dolly Parton. Why don't you do yourself a favor and drop the heater?
No, wait. I just had to better see Mr. Black immediately. You'll see him all right. But you ain't gonna like it.
Wrong, Mr. Black. Wrong, Mr. Black.
within moments.
I am, as you Americans say, Dr. Jones, fed up. Take them on deck.
Have you ever heard of the Me Too? No, you mean Me Too.
Yeah.
where they will walk the plank. Oh, I feel like a pirate. Arr, I respect the customs of the sea. I am, by nature, deeply traditional.
You're also deeply horny. I mean, corny.
Corny.
That too.
And aren't you forgetting the translation?
I shall find another expert to do it, Dr. Jones. You have proven yourself untrustworthy.
A half league away, a periscope fixes on the freighter. A command is barked and
the torpedo! Sorry. Sloosh. Holy crap. It's a torpedo. A German submarine must have caught my radio signal. We're aboard a Czechoslovakian ship. And the Nazis aren't getting along with the Czechs these days. We won't walk the plank. We'll run.
that's right. The Nazis are enjoying a different Christmas snack. 2 explosions. First, the Nazi warhead, and 3 seconds later, a hold full of dynamite. Boom. I shouldn't have to provide my own sound effects, but
Boom.
boom. A stench of burning oil, and the hot metal mingles with the salt tang of the sea. And dear God, Edith is commanding the ship again. And the faint howls of trapped and shattered men are silenced by the rush of water, the flash of a cleaver.
All right, kids. At the end of this, how many cleavers were shown tonight?
It was all one.
Leave it the cleaver. Looks like it's just you. It looks like it's just you and me, Edith, and this box. We ought to thank that treacherous Rat Black.
I'm a madman in here.
Well, he must be sleeping in there if he's mad.
Yeah.
If he hadn't put us on the plank.
Oh, we mustn't lose the icon. It's the only proof of our achievement.
Someday you'll have to explain exactly which achievement you mean. There's the U-boat. They owe us a rescue.
That's the U-boat.
Quiet. I'm reading here. Hey, douchelanders or douche canoes. Ahoy, me mateys.
And
your country and mine aren't officially at war, not yet, Herr Captain. So dunking a couple of U.S. citizens probably makes you guilty about 8 international crimes. But I won't be fussy about that. Get us and our property to America, and we'll call it square.
And give me dry clothes, you stinkers.
exactly 1 month later,
Who wants to be the German?
Who's her best German on the panel?
Beckman.
The kilometer from the New York City, Dr. Jones.
New York City.
We give you a boat to go, sir. I have enjoyed many of our training sessions. I really pumped you up, bro. I wish I could say the same.
Haha.
That afternoon at Idlewild Airport.
Wow. Okay. Isn't it exciting? I've hired an airplane to fly me and me icon home. They're dedicating a whole wing of the museum to us.
You and your brother.
No, silly, me and me icon. Oh, it's a shame that Charlie was murdered and all.
I'm sure he'd agree.
Well, I took the risks, and I deserve the glory, every bit of it. Be careful with that, you men. The newspapers will be there, and the radio and Life magazine and the movie newsreels.
And me. I'd like to take along.
Mm-mm. What for? So you can argue some in the spotlight?
No, Edith. You're welcome to the fame. It's just that I feel an obligation to Charlie. And an obligation to take care of you.
Uh-huh. Well, all right.
And not to let you fly the plane.
Yes.
I'll say it again, Edith. You amaze me. You haven't hit one curb yet. You might still get clean away with it, too.
I did. I said, well, all right.
Charlie's murder.
Okay.
You really did want the glory for yourself, didn't you? Or was there another reason? Were you tired of always being in Charlie's shadow? Did you hate him for that? Rania? Anyone?
Hello.
Bueller? Did we lose Marania?
Maybe.
Where we leave off?
On the top right.
How dare you?
Can it, sweetheart? I suspected almost from the beginning. And ever since our little adventure on the ship, I've been certain. I've got to hand it to you. Though, you're good.
Oh, there she is.
I'm back. Can you scroll back?
We already read it.
Oh, fine.
This is 3 words.
Yeah.
I got to do Greta Thunberg.
She said, "How dare you?"
How dare you?
You're very, very good. You'd have fooled me to believe I hadn't been for a couple of tiny things. One, your real name's Greta.
Yeah. Oh, what right has there been, Doctor?
You mentioned that your brother was killed in my office. How'd you know? I didn't tell you. Then at the Radio Shack on the ship, you said they had parts in. You lied. You fired at me. It wasn't any of the crew or Black's men. They came after. They heard the shots. You had a gun and a motive. You figured with me dead, you could make a deal with Black. Lucky for me, you'd lost your glasses. Without them, you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn unless you're driving. Then you hit the curb. It's like magnetic with women. What you didn't do was actually throw the dagger into your brother's back. You were in Africa at the time, with Black's men watching you. I wonder, who did your dirty work? Pixel, or Pumpkin?
I did, pal. I took care of that knife. Throwing chore for Edie. Swell job, too.
Jerry here appreciates me. He loves me for myself.
I do.
And for the money, the Discovery Channel,
Yeah.
and the IKEA will undoubtedly bring in, right, Jerry?
Oh, shut up, Pally. Plane's on automatic pilot, Edie. Name your pleasure.
I want the high and mighty Dr. Indiana James to die. Kill him.
I give you a choice, Pally. You can stop a slug here, or you can step outside, minus a parachute, of course. That way, you got a few seconds to say your prayers. Chat.
Admit it. You're just mad that I failed you. English. There might be a third possibility. I had a month on that sub to decipher an inscription at the base of the IKEA. It's in Swedish.
Ah.
And it's interesting. A formula for bringing vengeance to the wicked. I'd say you people qualify, wouldn't you?
Oh, don't listen to his nonsense.
Shut up. I like crazy. Go ahead, Pally. Tell us this magic formulae.
It's in words that must be spoken in the presence of in IKEA. These words, Buzda, Canal de Haag, Swedish meatballs.
The queen opening. The statue climbing out.
Not exactly a statue, a gold-encrusted Avenger. Captain America.
When Captain America throws his golden
I'm just kidding. It's it's Charles Xavier getting out of the grave.
my property.
You first.
Stop it, Jones.
Oh no, actually, it actually was my first.
Exactly.
Save your bullets.
No.
He's already dead.
Well, yeah, how about you stop it and say your lines correctly, Jones?
I couldn't if I wanted to.
That's
You never can.
that's on the nose.
I'll set the controls to take this kite over the Atlantic. I wouldn't want whatever came out of that box to be walking around loose and asking for IPs. Now I'll take your suggestion and step outside. Only with the chute. I won't wish you a luck, Edith. That'll be a lie. And anyway, it's too late. He's gonna get those hands
Ooh.
on you.
Dun, 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 dun.
Geronimo! But I will remember you the longest day I live. I will never forget Edith Dunne. If I were the praying kind, I'd do that for you too. Dames, I tell you, no good for me.
A shriek, then a scream of consuming terror. A cry of the wicked that is quickly lost in the distant grumble of thunder and the whistle of a sudden chilling wind. Next, back to IKEA to return the parts that don't work.
Mhm.
And we want to thank you so much for joining us. We had a great
Time and hope you did too.
We didn't.
Oh,
I mean, we did.
oh, we did.
Yes, we did.
Yes. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe. There will be more on the Geeky Puppet Show. Don't miss it. But until then, bye.
Goodbye.
Remember,
How many times tonight? At least 2 or
start
3?
some forest fires.
Don't start any fires.
What are
I
you,
did
the
that.
Lester sisters?
Thanks
We
for
did
watching.
ours too.
Shout out to Houston, Texas Dave, and David Dixon for joining us.
Bye-bye.
We have 16